for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news is late Thursday, July 14th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. Now you're late at 11 o'clock news and the top story. The 11th hour is horror in Nice, France on Bastille Day as a truck drove into a crowd during Bastille Day. Celebrations in Nice, France sent hundreds to run for safety and 80 dead and 18 seriously injured. Donald Trump has called Indiana Governor Mike Pence at age 57 and offered him the vice presidential slot in its ticket. CNN has learned Pence is accepted. Washington, Tim Tebow may return to the political spotlight next week as the Republican Party prepares to nominate Donald Trump as at its national convention in Cleveland. Washington, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's dissent from the bench have turned into a heroin entity left beloved from methodically screwing in a conservative colleagues. Secret chapter report in the 9/11 had trucks to be released, but Maine Independent Senator Angus King said that his judgment does not anything settled in. International Tribunal rejection of China's claim to the most that the China Sea has exposed a problem with President Xi Jinping's neighborhood diplomacy. Kenyan police officers go berserk and kill 7 colleagues. Lahore, Pakistan. The United States has put a $10 million bounty on his head, labeling him a terrorist. He is one of the most wanted men in India. A savvy and effective Islamic State terror group commander with a penchant for surviving U.S. airstrikes would have struck it again this past Sunday, according to the Pentagon. Former President George W. Bush and Bill Clinton and former British Prime Minister Tony Blair were hustled away from Oxford High School graduate ceremony Thursday after severe winds began breaking windows. Virginia Senator Tim Kaine took the stage to the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton today, lashing out that Donald Trump independent audit is Clinton's running mate. Washington, the son of a Louisiana man shot dead by police, wants President Obama to help end world racism. The mother of policemen pleads for ways to keep her son safe. President Obama, greeted by all of his members on Thursday at the town hall on creating a divide between population and racial justice. In a surprise federal court ruling, Microsoft has won a lawsuit against the United States government over a war for customers' emails. Beijing, China's growth settled, steady at 6.7% in the second quarter's record stimulus poured in today. Economy in the first quarter lent a temporary stability to the sluggish economy. In many ways, the cooperative is better a form of business organization than a capitalist firm. The people or the co-op are dependent upon the exact formability for those who work within it or those who are the customers. Another hefty charitable donation from Warren Buffett once again beat his previous record after donating more than $2.86 billion worth of Berkshire halfway to a stock handful charities on Wednesday. A new map in the universe based on an observation of 1.2 million galaxies confirmed cosmologists' theories about the universe as a whole. 1 year ago today, NASA's New Horizons spacecraft lifted the veil on mysterious faraway Pluto. Astronomers had been able to get a good look at Pluto since its discovery in 1938, but NASA's super powerful Hubble Space Telescope can only resolve. For patients with gonorrhea, 2-drug antibiotic punches the usual recommended treatment. The new research found that sexually transmitted. Incident about overdoses on the rise in the U.S. Incident that's what in South America was a few years ago when Zika first struck the continent and never recovered a case of the mosquito-borne virus. Today, new index and new developments in the urgent manifest through Phoenix Just. Today, released into new sketches of the suspect. Daylight gets some local news. A major water main break in an outbreak ignited the section of force at Emery Street on Thursday afternoon in Buckley Road and leaving 35 homes without water service. Easton, the Hannaford supermarket sprinkled by many customers in Mansfield, Norton is like to have new operators as a result of a merger between AO delays group as Hannaford supermarkets merged with PY. Norfolk, Kislin Transit is doubling the number of environmentally friendly buses in its fleet. Foxbury, with the final beam in place, the shape of the Foxbury new tunnel can now be clearly seen by all. Mansfield displayed 300 U.S. flags that flew into the center of town during a main more than displayed part in American or the military veterans. Boston, the University of Massachusetts Board of Trustees has voted in hike tuition of 5 campuses by 5.8% of the 2016-2017 academic year. The hike will result in an average tuition increase of about $756 this year for in-state graduate students. UMass President Mike Meehan said the tuition increase was critical in maintaining the university system. Hampton, New Hampshire, a Massachusetts driver has been charged with striking 3 pedestrians in Hampton, New Hampshire. Okay, take a look at New England alerted. Brockton, Massachusetts. A 6-alarm fire, 243 North Bethel Street, fire by a commercial building. And permanent kitchen was on the site. And Brockton Fire Chief Kevin Alvin reported on the latest under the 6-alarm fire at about 10:30 p.m. at an antique building on North Montel Street, and one firefighter was hurt, and firefighters had to fight in the fire outside of the building. In Hempstead, New Hampshire, today, between 7:30 and 12:30 p.m., somebody entered the East Hempstead Fire Station to sold the 1938 Ford Pumper. The thieves had door code. Witnesses told police that there were two attempts to take it. They could not get out of the first trailer, so they returned with a second. Police have description of the vehicle. Any info, call Hempstead Fire and Police Rescue at 603-329-6006. Peter Children's Hub is now 11:06 on this late. And it's time now for a weather. Time now for a traffic and transit report. Let's study off on the transit where the Green Line B Express brought lanes to the truck from Boston College to Washington Street, both ways from 8:45 p.m. until closed on Thursday. And on the commuter rail, looking good on the ferries day out, looking good. And now, look at the highways and byways. First of all, starting up down in New York, where 95 on the southbound side sold from the Bronx all the way to the George Washington Bridge. 270 on both ends also from Brooklyn Bridge all the way to Long Expressway. 680 on both ends on the northbound side sold from JFK Airport to the Queens. Long Expressway Eastport bound side also ran 295 and 678. Midtown Tunnel is slow on both ends. Lincoln Tunnel westbound side it is slow. Garden State Parkway and southbound side it's slow from Edison all the way out to Perth Amboy. New Jersey Turnpike is close for northbound through Ewing. Down in Connecticut, Merritt Parkway on the northbound side is backed up from 7 to Norwalk, 95 northbound side, so between Fairfield and Bridgeport, 95 on the northbound side it is so from West Haven to Brentford. 91 on the southbound side, also for Route 95 in New Haven, 95 on the northbound side, also to Old Saybrook. 95 on the northbound side, so after 395 New London. I-84 on the eastbound side, it is backed up from Newport all the way to Hartford. Route 20 westbound, eastbound side, also at Winslow Airport. Highways and byways of Rhode Island. 24 on the southbound side, also at Tiverton, and 95 on the northbound side, also at Route 37 Warwick. 95 on the southbound side, so from 485 in Mansfield to 295 in Ann Arbor, and 95 northbound side, also at Route 1 up in Sharon. 24 on the northbound side, back to from 140 Route 44 in Taunton. Route 3 on the southbound side, it is so from U Street in Route 3 all the way at the 18 in Weymouth, and Route 3 on the northbound side, also at Route 18 in Weymouth. Masspacket in the eastbound side, also in Natick, and Masspacket westbound side, it is so from through the Newton Corner, and Route 2 on the westbound side, also around Route 128 Alton. Lexington and Route 3 on the northbound side, it is slow around Route 3 in low on 495 on the northbound side. I-91 on the northbound side, low side, Massachusetts back in Chicopee, and 91 on the northbound side, low side, Northampton stretch. Main turbine on the northbound side, low side, 295 up in Augusta, and 95 on the southbound side, low side between Waterville and Augusta, Maine, 395 westbound side, low side, and Bangor, Maine. And New York State 3 on both ends, also around 890 in Schenectady. Peter Channel News Times now 11:08 on this late Thursday night, and it's time now for a weather report. And hope you got the AC on because it's going to be a sticky not on tap and a sticky day on tap for tomorrow. Okay. Sleepy. Take a look at radar and it shows a line of rain showers and storms off the southern Maine coast and stretch to the mid coast Maine up in the Kitty Park and curve it around the Bangor area, and a lot of rain showers from Waterville and stretching south of Newport, Maine, and cluster of rain showers west of Silver Springs, Richard and Anna, 7 and Rendex of New York State. Alright. Air quality alert. The Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection is issuing an air quality extra day for gradual levels of effect from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. BC daylight time on Friday. Air quality extra day means that gradual levels of concentration within the region may approach or exceed unhealthy standards. For additional information, please visit the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection website. And excess heat is possible Friday as temperatures soar to 95 degrees combined with high humidity. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. For tonight, most of Glasgow is about 7 degrees, southwest about 7 miles an hour. For Friday, chance of showers and thunderstorms may be between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. Port skies about 94 degrees, southwest about 6 to 10 miles an hour, precipitation 30%. No rain about less than 10 minutes, check time on possible thunderstorms. Friday night, areas fogged after 40 more hours. Port Glasgow at 65 degrees, southwest about 3 to 7 miles an hour. For Saturday, most of sky high about 8 degrees, southwest about 6 to 9 miles an hour. Saturday night, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 9 p.m. Most gusts go to about 6 degrees, south about 5 miles an hour, becoming northwest after midnight. Precipitation 20%. Sunday, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before 8 a.m. Slight chance of showers between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Most skies got about 85 degrees, precipitation 20%. Sunday night, most podcasts got about 65 degrees. Monday, most skies got about 87 degrees. Monday night, chance of showers, thunderstorms, punch podcast to 5 a.m. Most skies got about 68 degrees and precipitation 40%. For Tuesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Most skies got about 83 about 64 degrees, precipitation 35%. Wednesday, mostly extended podcast committee, one about 62 degrees, and for Thursday, mostly sky at 85 degrees. Currently not near is overcast skies and it's 71 degrees, humidity 91%, 23 above Celsius, and the net is convenient for the Peter Channel. I'll never call to this. Late for that, July 14th, 16th, and Peter's Day. Good night. See you tomorrow morning with more report. Good night.